What's good, everybody? It's your boy SBS coming to you once again with another video, and this time I want to talk about holistic doctors. Now, I've already explained it earlier about, the Dr. Sebi situation, and pretty much gave you my intake based on Dr. Sebi. But this time, I want to address the situation based on holistic doctors. And Dr. Sebi is an example of a holistic doctor, but he isn't the only one who pretty much had any type of research or practiced any type of pharmacy work or medicine to use by herbal substance. But anyways, if you see these pictures of all these people, they are the victims and lost doctors who pretty much lost their life on some unknown type of conspiracy type deaths. But some people would say that it's awkward that all these doctors are dying out of nowhere, and some of these holistic doctors are either young or in their prime or have a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience, or anything in that nature. So for all these doctors, let's not put the race card in it, because we see a lot of white doctors and you see Indian doctors and black doctors and whatnot. So I usually thought it would have something to do with the race thing, because there's always a black person who had a theory or something to change the world better. But in this case, let's not be very stereotypical about it. So of all shapes, size, form, or whatever, age, experience, wisdom, all these people have one thing in common, was to cure world sicknesses. Like any other sicknesses like AIDS, HIV, diabetes, or some type of disability, like for instance, Parkinson's disease, sickle cell, or autism, or whatever. But all these people's lives were in jeopardy because all they wanted to do was to basically live up to their expectations, is to make the world feel better and end world sicknesses. So, to be honest, this is a big issue for the pharmaceuticals, and we're living up to the pharmaceutical way of what we should do to better our health, or what we should do to manage our disabilities, our sicknesses, or whatever we are. So I already explained that to you before on my video, was that the pharmaceuticals are putting a bandage on our disease and expect us to deal with the fact that we have these type of disabilities, these type of diseases, or whatnot. So nobody wants to be either diabetic or have HIV, have sickle cell, or have autism, or have any other type of cancers. Now, with cancer, you can definitely, depending on what type of cancer you have, you can cure it or maintain it. But as in regards to the type of diseases that you really cannot control or cure, that's a whole different scenario. So to me, I feel like the issue in this world, rather if it gotta be the Americas or anywhere in the world, it seems like diseases are selling, like cancer, diabetes, AIDS, any other STDs. I mean, there's some STDs that you could cure, and there's some that is like uncurable. So for me saying this is because the pharmaceuticals hate where holistic doctors are making a difference to sell or give people their remedies or herbal substance to cure their diseases. So that's why they're very skeptical on marijuana, smoking weed. I mean, to be honest, weed is bad, but at the same time, it could be for medical purposes. So it's both good and bad when it comes to marijuana, but it's still a herbal substance. But anything that is herbal, the pharmaceuticals ain't fucking with it. So it's sad and it's awkward how they will allow things that kill us to be legalized, but the things that is not that bad or something that is really good is illegal. I mean, let's be honest, folks. I mean, even with crack cocaine or heroin or Oxycontin or anything like that, I mean, the things that we drink, the things that we take our medicines have some type of drugs in it. So if anything, the pharmaceuticals are just like no different from the drug dealers in the streets, in the block somewhere, selling rock, selling Molly pills and stuff like that. They don't like when nobody fucking with their money either. So it's no different from a drug dealer, you know. And holistic doctors have many times been fucking with their supply, you know. But the difference between a drug dealer versus a pharmaceutical is a drug dealer, they want to make sure they got the best shit that everybody can get their money on. You know, it could be anything that is make people high, make them feel better, they'll take it. A pharmaceutical, they just want to throw some shit in like, hey, this is supposed to be good for you, take it. You know? That's the thing. With a drug dealer, if you're into smoking weed, if you're into sniffing or puffing crack, you know, they do whatever that makes them feel right. A pharmaceutical is mandatory for them to say you got to take this medicine, you got to take this insulin or whatever. So when you have to take all these insulin shots, if you have to go through chemotherapy and all this other bullshit, it's a bandage. That's what I mean. It's a bandage for people who have these diseases because it only covers 50% of that disease, but it always comes back and it doesn't really go away. It only controls it to make sure you function a certain way versus a cure that will get rid of your disease and you live a healthy, good life. Let's be honest. Nobody doesn't want to be diabetic. Nobody don't want to be having any STDs or AIDS or sickle cell or have any type of cancers. No, being sick suck. I mean, it's already fucked up as it is to have a cold, or if you have a migraine headache or anything like that, or a stomach virus or anything in that nature. But to me, cancer sells. And by saying that is because I really feel like people make a profit of sick people. Because, I mean, even with that, the food that we eat is profitable. And whenever they have somebody who's sick, they'll convince somebody to either pay, or we all lab rats here, and just be like, hey, take this medicine and you're not feeling, I mean, I'm not saying every medicine doesn't always work or every medicine do work. What I'm saying is that when people take the wrong medicine, the medicine is not really good for them. That's why people are dying. What is the point of us being better, or what is the point of living or what is the point of just basically trying to fight your sicknesses or be better if there's no cure? I mean, of course, people got to watch out for, you know, these things, like watch out the way you eat, watch out who you fucking, watch out for anything like that. But sometimes it could be hereditary too, you know. also in that point too is that um it also has something to do with you was born with this disease too. It's just the same way if you was born crippled, if you was born, I ain't gonna say retarded, but if you was born with Down syndrome, ain't nobody want to live that life. I mean, it sucks to have any type of disability, but all those holistic doctors wanted to make lives better for people, but it seemed like no matter what, the pharmaceuticals or just anybody just want to make humanity obsolete. That's what it is. So cancer, diabetes, all that shit sells. But I would never recommend myself to vaccinate myself if it's not gonna be detrimental for my health. Because a lot of motherfuckers are dying from taking the wrong substance of medicine. And it's the same way how a drug dealer selling their supplies and motherfuckers are overdosing on crack cocaine, heroin, Oxycontin, or whatever, Molly pills. The pharmaceuticals are thinking just like drug dealers. And what as somebody who has the cure or somebody who can wipe the streets by using one thing, that's fucking up their grind. That's the true statement, folks. Them pharmaceutical motherfuckers are not your friends. I mean, you have no choice but to rely on them. I mean, there's some good into it, but let's be real. The shit that you are using, it's just a band-aid versus having a full operation, having a full cure for whatever sickness is. If anything, I'd rather be cured. I mean, don't anybody want to be cured? Nobody want, like I said, nobody don't want to be sick. Nobody want to die from a disease. Ain't nobody want to die from their last days realizing that, damn, I should have took better care of myself, you know? But it goes both ways. I mean, as people, we got to take care of ourselves. But at the same time, you know, some diseases do sneak up on you. And you want to make sure that you want to not drop your guard, you know, keep your guard up to not get infected in any type of diseases. You know, there's millions of diseases around the world, you know, and nobody want to die from that. And nobody want to have that for the rest of their lives. So, to me, these holistic doctors had the cure, who had the ideas of what they can do to save the world. But no matter what, they're always dying from unexpected deaths. They're always getting themselves caught up at the wrong timing of things. And it's really not their fault. So, I don't get how holistic doctors would lose their lives. Rather if it's like on some conspiracy theory shit, just like Dr. Sebi, or anybody who has any affiliation with the doctors, they're dead too. It's just like the drug game. If you're fucking with the person who is got the answer, who has the best shit out there, and one jealous motherfucker would really hate the fact that this person's supply is better than theirs, and it could be something better for not only for the street or for the world, that nigga's gonna get clapped. The pharmaceuticals are the drug game, but they're very legalized. If anything, anything that white people would do, they're ganging. But the difference is, our version of what we're doing is illegal. Their version of it is legalized. So, in anything, this is the white man's game. So I'm not trying to sound as if, I mean, I may sound like some pro-black woke type dude, and I'm not really trying to be that. But as a black guy, as a black man living in America, who have family members who had some diseases and died from it, it's not popping. Every single day I think about how my mom died from cancer, and they could have had the cure to cure that. But it seems like somebody who has the cure to cure any other diseases, their shit is not supposed to be in the pharmacies or at the doctor's offices or anything. You know? And it's funny how people like Magic Johnson, who had AIDS, and all of a sudden their shit is cured. You know, I don't get it. Like, why is that where the people who have an idea to save the world, like Dr. Sebi, who lost his life, and then people like Left Eye and Nipsey Hussle lost their lives just to expose the truth, or had anything to do with Dr. Sebi, or any type of support, moral support, or anything like that, they die. So it is a conspiracy, if you ask me, because a lot of people are dying for the wrong reasons. All the good people died just to save the world, and all the fucked up people are here to live just to fuck it all up. You know, this planet is very obsolete, and every single day I think about, like, what is the point of living in this world if we're gonna die so soon? I mean, of course, as human beings, we gotta do better, we gotta think better, we gotta eat better, we gotta do all that bullshit. But eventually, diseases come and sneak up on motherfuckers. No matter how healthy you eat, no matter how determined you are, people are gonna die. Life is not promising. You live your life for the fullest, you know. But anyways, all these falling holistic doctors, they didn't have to go like that, you know. I mean, things happen. I mean, I'm not saying doctors don't die or don't get sick or anything. They're just like anybody else. But I feel like the ones who did have the cure, who can change the difference, their work and their lives were in vain. And it's sad that it had to be this way. And it's a conspiracy. Like, doctors are dying from getting murdered, getting shot, having unrealistic deaths. It's crazy. You can blame the Illuminati. You can blame the pharmaceuticals. You can blame the white supremacists. You can blame anybody. And in fact, somebody's doing something. Anybody's doing it. And in fact, it's just the whole state of mind. It's a curse. It's a, how can I say it? It's not even a coincidence anymore. Because if it was like 1 or 2 people who died, or 3 people who died, yeah, that's a coincidence. But if it's furthermore, then it's no it's no coincidence. It's a conspiracy, folks. But anyways, I'm just feel like I had to express how I feel about this topic, and you know, for all the people who are thinking and are knowing anything about this, you guys can pretty much hear from my intake about how I feel about these holistic doctors, because we lost a lot of people, including Dr. Sebi, just to cure world sicknesses. It's a damn shame that we can't live a good life and be disease free for no reason. For some reason. It's the pharmaceuticals. So anyways, folks, I'm going to have to wrap this up. Please leave your comments on the comment sections below how you feel about this topic. And make sure you like, you hit that bell icon, and subscribe to my channel. Until then, folks, SBX wrapping this up. Thanks for watching. Peace out.